Time to go to the gym and get our day started. Let's go. Working out and lifting weights is a huge part of my life, and I'm a very consistent and persistent person. And I get a lot of motivation and happiness from working out, and it really fuels my energy when it comes to my business, serving my clients, and being really creative with some of this content creation. So if you're not working out right now, this is your sign to go to the gym and start working out again, because it'll really give you a lot of clarity in your life, as well as motivation and energy to get all of the things done that you need to and you absolutely want to. One resume that I'm writing today is a client who's in cell therapy. So he has just absolutely transformed underperforming territories into just crazy powerhouses that sell just an amazing amount of product. And so, he has experience in both the pharmaceutical and the biologic space. He's built teams, he's crushed his quotas, he's won awards. His resume that he brought to me is absolutely terrible. So I'm gonna completely overhaul it and watch him just step into an absolutely amazing position. I know, his background speaks for itself, but his resume doesn't. So it's time to change that. Boom. Okay, so the before version of his resume, it is pretty boring. So you look at it and you're like, okay, what is he even targeting? It's really not clear at all. None of his statistics stand out to me. You wouldn't even know that he has ranked #1 nationally in a territory. He's built crazy teams, and he's just absolutely exploded revenue for all of the companies that he's worked with. So here's the after here, you guys. Boom. Okay, so you can see that we highlight clearly what it is that he's targeting. There's some keywords that are really salient to the positions that he's targeting moving forward. There's a really strong 2-sentence summary there at the top, and then I pulled out 3 of his most impressive and relevant achievements. Again, areas of impact, I'm weaving in some keywords pulled directly from the job descriptions that he's targeting, and you can see just a really rich professional experience section here as well. So I am 100% confident that he's going to take this version of his resume and he's going to be fighting off interview requests. Who else goes all in for the air fried French fries? Yep, let's freaking go. Welcome to my studio, you guys. We're here magically. And I really want to talk about something today that's been on my mind, because it's been on the mind of a lot of my clients that come to me. And that is the applicant tracking system. And I'm seeing a lot of people who are just incredibly frustrated. They don't really know what it means. They don't know why their resume is being rejected. And most importantly, they don't know what the heck that they need to do in order to get a high enough score on these applicant tracking systems to start landing interviews. So in my opinion, these people that come to me could absolutely be crushing it in this job market. They could be landing interviews, they could be getting offers, maybe even, board positions or speaking opportunities. But instead, what I'm seeing is their applications are just completely disappearing into what seems like the void. So here's what's happening. 98% of Fortune 500 companies use an applicant tracking system, or ATS, to scan resumes before a human ever sees them. And if your resume isn't speaking the ATS's language, then what's happening is you're getting filtered out automatically. So it doesn't matter how qualified you are or how perfect your background is. The system it feels like it just never gives you a chance, right? You may already know this, but I'm the founder of Resume Assassin, and I've got over 15 years of experience in optimizing thousands of resumes as well as LinkedIn profiles. And I've watched some truly incredible people land job offers, board positions, consulting gigs, and speaking opportunities. I've also watched equally qualified people get literally ghosted by every single application because they didn't know this one thing. And the good news, it's very, very fixable. Today, I'm breaking down the top 3 mistakes that are killing your chances and exactly what you need to do to fix them. Once you understand what's happening behind the scenes, you'll probably wonder why nobody told you this sooner. So let's go. Okay, mistake number one, you're not customizing your resume with keywords directly from the job description. So here's how the ATS actually works. Think of it like a database, right? So when a recruiter opens it up, they search for specific keywords. So they might be searching for project management, JavaScript, Salesforce, whatever skills they're looking for. The resumes that have those exact keywords show up in the results. So ones that don't basically don't exist in that recruiter's world. And that's a problem. And I know what you're probably thinking right now. Don't the recruiters actually just look at the resumes and decide? Honestly, not really. When a company posts a position online, they can receive anywhere from 250 to over 1,400 applicants. No recruiter is manually reading all of those. The ATS does the heavy lifting first, right? So here's the problem. Too many job seekers send out the same generic resume to every single job. They use these really general skills like experienced or detail oriented or team player. And this is what I would consider a buzzword, right? They sound good, but the ATS is like, don't care. It's looking for specific skills and qualifications. So here's the fix: tailor your resume for each application. This means actually reading the job description, okay? Not just scanning it, reading it. And what you want to do is identify the key skills and the qualifications that they're asking for and try to kind of naturally weave those exact terms into your resume. And I want you to also pay really special attention to your skills section and your job descriptions where you can show these really concrete examples. So here's an example for you. Let's say you're applying for a marketing role. The job description mentions skills like content strategy, SEO optimization, and marketing analytics, right? So don't bury these in just kind of generic language. Use them, show them, even more importantly. In your job descriptions, you'd write something like developed content strategy that increased organic traffic by 40%, implementing SEO optimization practices across website and blog properties. Used marketing analytics to track performance and inform quarterly strategic adjustments. Okay, do you see what I did there? I packed in the specific keywords that they're looking for, but I didn't just like force them in and throw them in randomly. They fit naturally because I actually did the work, right? The ATS reads these keywords and flags your resume as relevant. The recruiter then is way more likely to see it. Here's something to think about. After you customize your resume, paste both your resume and the job description into ChatGPT and ask for an estimated ATS score. ChatGPT will give you feedback on which keywords you're missing and where you can naturally add them in. Mistake number two, your resume format is broken and it's confusing the ATS before it even gets to scan it. And that's another huge problem. And it's something that I see all the time. Someone will come to me with a beautifully designed resume. They've used Canva, Photoshop, something like that, right? There are these graphics, there might be funny layouts, custom fonts. It looks awesome. But I have to tell them, hey, the ATS doesn't like this. The reality is that applicant tracking systems are not sophisticated enough to read different things like a resume that has these beautiful formats and columns. So when you throw complex formatting at them, they don't know what to do. And they literally can't read graphics, tables, text box, or any kind of unusual formatting. So all of that visual polish and everything that you're working really hard to do, it comes through as garbage text that the system can't parse. So here's what actually happens. The recruiter looks for your contact information and can't find it because you put in a fancy header. They search for your work history and it shows up as jumbled text instead of organized bullet points. The system might flag important qualifications as irrelevant because it couldn't read them correctly. In fact, one study found that ATS systems failed to identify contact information in resumes 25% of the time. That's a full quarter of applications losing their phone number and email address to formatting problems. Here's the fix. Keep it simple, really simple. Here's what an ATS friendly resume needs. First, use standard formatting. Think of it like the boring resume that your parents would recognize, right? So, clear headers, bullet points, consistent fonts. That's it. Stick to fonts like Arial, Calibri, or Times New Roman. These are the fonts ATS systems have been reading since day one, so you can't go wrong there. And secondly, put your contact information outside of the header or footer. I know headers look clean, but the ATS can't read them. So put your name, phone number, and email address right at the top of the document in the body of the resume. Make it easy for the system to find it. Third, avoid tables, text boxes, graphics, and charts. Okay. So if you're a graphic designer and need to show your design skills, that's great. But that's what a portfolio is for. Your resume isn't the place to prove that you can use Photoshop. So use simple bullet point format instead. Finally, use standard date formats. So I like to use either years only or month and then year. Unusual date formats can actually confuse the systems and mess up the rest of your work history. If you need an ATS friendly resume template, I have one linked below in the comments. Make sure that you grab it so that you know that you're setting yourself up for success right from the beginning. Mistake number 3. You've got typos, misspellings, or you're using abbreviations that the ATS doesn't recognize. This one stings, you guys, because it's really, really preventable. The ATS is looking for exact keyword matches. If the job description says project management, but you typed proj management, the system might not match them. Okay. So, or think about industry acronyms, right? So let's say you have experience with SQL, but the job description spells it out as structured query language. Should be the same thing, right? Should be, but the ATS sees them as different strings of text. If you abbreviated it and the job description didn't, your resume might not rank as high or might get filtered out entirely. And here's where it gets even worse. Typos don't just confuse the ATS, they look unprofessional to the recruiter when they actually do read your resume. One typo might be a mistake, but a pattern of careless errors signals that you don't pay attention to detail. Here's the fix. Proofread literally obsessively, okay? And then have someone else proofread it too. Run your resume through a spell checker like Grammarly, Quillbot, whatever tool you prefer. And this is critical, don't rely on the spell checker alone. Context-specific errors slip through all the time. You have to read it yourself. Second, spell out abbreviations and acronyms fully at least once. If you use SQL, make sure you've spelled it out somewhere so the ATS can recognize the full term as well. Same with technical terms. First mention, spell it out. After that, the abbreviation is just fine. Third, have someone else read it. Seriously, a fresh set of eyes catches things you'll miss after the 100th time reading your own words. Fourth, and this is sneaky, pay attention to your file name. A resume named Resume August 23rd or Jane Doe Resume, it looks outdated. Name your file something like Mary Southern Account Executive. Put your name in it, put the job title in it. It's a small thing, but it really truly signals that this is a current targeted application. Now, I want to pause here really quick and give you a reality check because there's a lot of fear mongering around ATS systems online. The myth is that some evil robot is rejecting your perfectly qualified resume and there's nothing you can do about it. But here's the truth. The ATS isn't working against you. It's a tool, database created by humans, run by humans, and programmed with parameters that humans set. It's not an evil AI, and it's not more sophisticated than people make it out to be. What the ATS does is really actually pretty simple. It helps recruiters search and organize thousands and thousands of applications so they can find the candidate who match what they're looking for. And honestly, once you understand what it wants, you can give it to it very easily. The mistake is submitting a sloppy, generic, absolutely poorly formatted resume that doesn't speak the system's language. And that's something you have complete control over. Before you send your next application, here's what I recommend. You can use a free ATS scanner tool like Resume Sidekick or JobScan. It doesn't take very long and it gives you concrete, actionable feedback. All right. So to wrap this up, your resume isn't being rejected by a robot that's out to get you. It's being rejected because of one, or usually a combination of these three mistakes. Number one, you're not tailoring your resume with keywords from each job description. Number two, your formatting is just too complex for the ATS to read properly. And number three, you've got typos, misspellings, or abbreviations that don't match the job posting. Fix these three things and you'll get past the ATS. And once you do, a real person will actually read your resume. And that's where your qualifications and story actually matter. Here's what I want you to do right now. Are you listening? Go grab the free ATS-friendly resume template that I'm dropping right here in the comments below. It's already formatted to pass through these systems, so you can just plug in your information and customize it for each job. No more stress about whether your formatting is going to tank you. And hey, if you found this helpful, I'd love for you to subscribe. I'm dropping new content every Monday and Wednesday. Everything from LinkedIn growth to resumes to job search to day in the life content. So stick around if you want to stay in the loop. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again on Wednesday with another video. Now, go crush those applications.